Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Leaphart, CEO of Kiddie Kredit, to discuss educating children on the credit system and why it's important for kids to learn these financial skills early. Certainly a topic near and dear to the Trade Talks audience as we spend a lot of time in the financial literacy space. Evan, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you for having me.
How early should kids learn about the credit scoring system?
It's a great question. So studies showed that between the ages of 7 and 9 is really when kids start to form their habits around money. You start to understand how it works and just thinking about how you'll use it in the future. So it's really never too early to start the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, especially with kids today who are digital natives who've kind of grown up with point and click and not really feeling that physical cash like perhaps someone, I would have when I was younger. It's almost like an abstract concept. So why do you think it's important for kids to learn these financial skills so early?
It's better to take a preventative approach. I like to say the vitamin versus the pain pill. If you know how to use it and you have good habits around finances, when you turn 18, 19 years old, you're not making mistakes for the first time. You're like, I remember when I was a child that I should be saving my money. Oh, I have this first credit card. I know I shouldn't be maxing it out.
How does Kiddie Kredit help develop these responsibilities?
Basically through habits, right? So Kiddie Kredit, in short, chore tracking app that helps parents teach kids about credit by incentivizing productivity and rewarding good behavior. So think of a missed chore like a missed payment. Longer you've had a chore like the longer you've had a credit card. And anytime a kid's asking for something, hey mom, can I get this? Hey dad, can I get this? Think of it like an inquiry.
Let's switch gears a bit and talk about the capital environment. As an underrepresented founder, have you had trouble in getting loans or raising capital?
It's been tough out here, right? I think it's multifaceted, right? It's not just that. It's the market circumstances are rough overall, but we can't look at funding underrepresented founders as a moment in time, right? Like we all know what happened, in the beginning of the pandemic, and that started to shift things a little bit. But it seems like we're going back to old habits. So I just challenge us all to look deeper, and when we're making these funding decisions, eliminate some of those biases and step out of our comfort zone to find super talented people that have very capable products and are very capable founders.
And to your point, with a more challenging marketplace overall, given recent events that we've seen in tech and crypto, which are continuing to unfold as you and I speak, what does 2023 hold for the fintech marketplace?
I think it holds opportunity, but I think we can't just think from a place of abundance. There is a little bit of a scarcity mindset that has to exist, but I think that challenges us to run better businesses. With the fintechs that are out there, we're here to solve real problems, and now we have a real problem in finance. So it's up to us to really say, okay, if we're here to build solutions that make things better, 2023 is the year to do it.
Yeah, and to your point about making things better, perhaps this valuation reset that we've seen almost had to occur because valuations really did get sky high. They were looking at, forward projections, not necessarily profitability today. So perhaps it could shake out some of those outliers and lay a more constructive path going forward.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where you start to look at businesses from a bottom line perspective. You look at, things we looked at before, right? Total addressable markets, et cetera. But just understanding like to realistically execute upon these things, what are valuations? So I mean, as founders, sometimes you want the higher valuation, but ultimately the reset might be good for both sides.
Yeah. Excellent advice. Appreciate it so much, Evan. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you for having me.